Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age and Majestix Open Series, please check out the Open Series website. Also, if you want to learn more about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and top lists from game's top players, please visit the Majestix Apex Insiders website. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores. All the links for everything I talked about are below in the description. My name is Jeff, and as always, my co-host Patrick.
So I heard you had a good weekend up there, huh?
It was pretty fun. I had a good time. Got to go out, do a little day trip with the family on Saturday. Went down to Santa Cruz. It was beautiful. I was walking around in a t-shirt. Life was good.
But no, I was talking about Sunday.
I wanted to talk about Saturday first because that happened, and then Sunday happened.
Saturday. Did you play?
I just told you I went down to the beach.
Oh, was that? Oh, okay.
With the family, had some good barbecue, had some good beer. Life was good. And then Sunday, Super Bowl. Got to cook some good meats, which I sent you the picture, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, dude, all those New York steaks are like this thick.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, but they were good.
Even though you didn't get the result you wanted, I mean, shit, your team was in the Super Bowl, so
it's better. So like the last 5 minutes they had it, and then all of a sudden they scored 3 touchdowns, and the Niners were like, God. What happened to my life?
Yeah, it was like it was like 21-10 with like, I don't know, like 10 minutes or 8 minutes left or something like that, and I'm like, oh well, whatever, this is done. And then wait, what happened? It was like, what just happened here? It was what was the end of it? Was it like 35-21 or something like that?
Yeah, like they came back and blew them away. Like,
yeah, that
was Kansas City.
Like, geez, like, yeah, all right, well, I guess
they just gave it up in the fourth. They're like, oh, we won. No, I guess not. So I guess maybe their mentality was they weren't expecting to get to the Super Bowl, and they were just happy they got there. Didn't want to finish it out, but
because of it brings back the I don't know if you remember when the Falcons blew a 28-3 lead.
Oh my God.
Going into against the Patriots. That was the one. Like, you're like, wait a minute, it's 28-3. You're like, I think it was like 28-3 going into the fourth quarter. So either going into the fourth quarter or like the end of the third.
Yeah,
that's gonna be done, and then they end up losing the game.
Wow.
So this is like similar to that.
That's
not
rough.
As bad because it was only 21-10, but that was 28-3, and they blew it. Like, so
I think this game probably had a little more on the line.
What do you mean?
Was it a Super Bowl that they blew?
That was a Super Bowl.
No.
Oh man, yeah. For those of you, I mean, you guys know Jeff isn't a.
You guys know Jeff does not watch sports very often.
Jeff is a full 100% nerd and nothing else.
It's okay. So. I like my superheroes.
But yeah, that's. I mean, it brought back like some of those kind of things, but
dude,
like
that's just embarrassing, though.
Yeah, it was.
It really is. At the end of the day,
28-3, like Super Bowl. Ooh, that's rough, but whatever. Of course, David is happy. I don't know if you know, but Dave's like a huge Patriots fan.
I know. I give him shit.
That on 12/12 he go 12/12 December 12th every year, because Tom Brady's number is 12. They go for like a social gathering. Like there's like a Patriots club that Dave that Dave's part of it. They go and they all wear the jerseys. And they all go.
Fucking with me, right?
No, I swear to God, I thought he was lying. And he goes, no. He looked at me like, how do you not know this? I'm like, whoa, shit, I was like, really? I was like,
I guess.
Does your God know that you're worshiping false idol?
What day did people go worship Michael Jordan?
Yeah, no, they don't.
Oh,
it's different. Tom Brady's different, man. Tom Brady is a different animal.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's a way different animal. Because remember, when Michael Jordan was around, there was no social media, so there's none of this like people gathering and no meetups and stuff. It's just
true.
This is just people talking. Now you can go in a Facebook group, go to a meetup, and then boom, you're there, right? Everybody can gather, right? Back then, it wasn't. You actually had to go somewhere and talk to people, either on the phone or just actually go to a bar and like, oh, you're a Jordan fan, and then do it that way. But there's no.
Is Tom Brady at these places that they go and congregate?
No, he's not. Obviously not. That's what I'm saying.
Oh
He's
my
like
God.
they go to like he's like they worship him like he's a god.
Damn.
That's what,
Damn. That's cool, I guess.
yeah. Oh man, you got to give Dave some crap about that.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to ask him about that next time.
It's funny.
Oh,
But yeah, he's big into that.
there's time to repent, Dave.
It's like the it's I just like when they do that. I was just like, so like in the Ten Commandments when Moses leaves to goes to talk to God and get the commandments, right? And then they're all waiting and they're all down there and they end up partying and they all end up like
Worshipping the false gods. Yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah, and then they comes down, what the hell? That's kind of like, I'm like, Dave, gotta watch out, man.
Dude,
Gotta careful.
fear the wrath of God.
That's funny. Um,
So how was my Super Bowl barbecued?
Oh, yeah.
Watched the
So-
halftime show.
was it good?
Quite
I-
enlightening.
I didn't. I mean, I just hear like,
There's nothing, like a couple 40-year-old women shaking their ass on national TV.
Jennifer Lopez is 50, sir.
I said 40 plus. 40 plus.
I think it's a couple of 40-year-old
Oh.
women,
Yeah, 40-year-old plus women.
dude. But she looks amazing at 50. So shit,
Yeah, I'm not
that's pretty
complaining.
ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It was,
I hear that it was good. I didn't really watch this.
I've heard a lot of mixed controversy about it.
What's wrong with it?
People are like, "Oh, it's over sexualized and it's not family friendly." I'm like,
I guess they must not know what.
"Welcome to
era we live in.
2020,
Yeah,
my friends."
It's just like that's just kind of what it is. They made Instagram. That's like all that is.
Yeah.
So
Well, what Adam Levine took his shirt off last year and
Yeah,
wasn't
exactly.
the world.
yeah. So I mean, I think it's par for the course. So
It's what
I mean,
we are doing as a society nowadays.
yeah, and it's not really a, like it's the outrage culture, right? They're going to be outraged over something. It
They're
doesn't-
always outraged.
So if it wasn't them, they'll be like, it'll be something else. They'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's too tame, or it's too
It's
like
boring.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
boring, yeah, right. And if you go the other way, oh, it's too risque. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
well,
I guess you just can't please everybody,
that's why.
unfortunately.
So I mean, to me, it's like mentioning that and reading that. It's like it kind of goes without saying. That's
Yeah, no.
what it is like. So cool. And in other news, the water's wet. So
Groundbreaking.
we had
Earth is round.
we had a casual event here on Saturday. It was 400 points suits Silver Age. So it was anything with a carded figure. But everybody basically played like Oreo-based guys, right? 400 points, and everybody needed to be wearing some kind of suit or professional attire of some sort. So, there was four of us. So, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to be fourth. Let me just grab some stuff. So I just took out Deimos, Phobos, Apollo from Superman, Wonder Woman, and Veronica Cale. So they're all deity. And that's like it's like 55 points under. But I was just like, whatever, I'll be under, and it'll be four guys theme, and they're all in like business suits.
Yeah, just playing to play.
So I was like, cool. And then this is where I told Jason I was gonna call him out on this. I'm not gonna go too hard on him, but because he knows, and he already kind of like repented and just kind of like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. So he comes in, and he sees he listens to this too, so he'll know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Jason.
So he's the one that played the Pluto team.
Yes.
Yeah. So the other guys that came in, Sean and Chris, they have like pretty cool, like there's like shield guys here, there's Savin here, like little things there, and then Sean was playing like a Sinister Syndicate with like Doc Ock and Norman Osborn. So it's kind of cool, like whatever, he had 6 guys, whatever. And Jason goes, oh, I knew someone was gonna play Apollo, as if you knew that guy was like, as if he was
Apollo's like the most broken character
like as
ever.
if he was broken in a format that nobody, like I just literally made up.
Yeah.
Right, for that week, just to get people. So I was like, what are you talking about? Like, A, nobody plays him. B, he's overcosted for today's standards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2016, he was probably par for the course, but nowadays, for something like Apollo, he's probably 150 or less, right? And also I'm under points by a lot, and I'm like, whatever. But then he goes, whatever. You're a dick for playing that. That's what he says. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, you know what?
That's a bold move, Cotton.
So yeah, we'll see if it pays off, right? So right there already, it's already on a bad foot, because I said, okay, if you make a format where there are things that are restricted, obviously there are going to be some things that are going to be perceived to be stronger, just because now that all the top pieces are not allowed to play, you can't play them in the format. There are going to be some things that are just going to rise, because there has to be something that's the best, right? Whether or not Apollo was it, whatever. But the point of that was the team that I played, other than playing Battle Royals or Sealed, you don't ever see those guys in Modern. Like, I never seen them. I saw Veronica kill one time on a team, like on that one deity team that we saw on it was like the
I know what you're talking about.
It was like a European or South American like top 8.
Yeah, we had to look up Veronica Kale because we're like, what did she do?
Exactly, right? So I was like, okay, whatever. So I said, you know what? All right. I said, so basically I was like, so you'll stop crying. I'll take it out and I'll play something else, right? So I said, but I'm not themed because I don't have enough data, so I'm gonna fill out the points. So I took out Veronica Kale and I just added like another flow booster name. It was one of those two.
Yeah.
And then I put 20 points more. He's 220 points, but infinitely worse. Red Hood from Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
I've never played him. I didn't know anything. I just saw that, you know what? This guy's, he has like kind of like a suit underneath. He has kind of like a button-down shirt with pants, and he just has the red hood over him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I was like, okay, well, I'll try this guy. And I looked at his Dow. Holy crap. He's 220 points. He starts off with 7 move, 10 attack, 17 defense, 3 damage, right? Sidestep stealth, precision strike, willpower. 7, 10, 17, 3.
That's rough.
Points. I was like, wow, this guy sucks. I'm like, okay, whatever. At least he's Mystics, right? Cool. You're gonna have to chew through him, okay? And I looked, I'm like, man,
Mystics is good.
You hit him a couple times, he goes down to like a 9-16-2.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a stop click later on. It's like an alternating stop click for a couple clicks, but his stats are just, he doesn't have a move and attack either. Other than that sidestep stealth, it's like force blast, phasing, just nothing with a 6 range. And he has prob on a couple clicks. It's like prob, but only in your turn. Oh God, I don't know. Okay,
it's not. It's like at the attack power too. It's not even.
It's terrible. Okay,
not even the damage power prob. Yeah.
So we're So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll play. So I play Jason first round.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's his team. Okay. Lex and Joker from World's Finest. Okay.
Right.
That was played in Modern #1.
A lot.
At 75 or 200. Okay, now it gets worse. Penguin, which was a staple in Modern. Suited henchmen. Okay, a bunch of suited henchmen. Riddler and Two-Face. Okay, Riddler, Two-Face. So, okay, Riddler, Two-Face, they're okay. But Riddler, I mean, so it's like a Gotham City Underworld, so he's going to win map, obviously. Okay, whatever. Lex Joker has Mastermind as a trait.
Yeah,
and there's a bunch of henchmen that are around him. Okay, you can't decrease his values. You can't outweight him. Basically, you can't do shit to him.
Yeah,
right?
no,
he's gonna kill you. He has dual attack, whatever. So I see that and I go, wait a minute. You were bitching to me and calling me a dick for playing Apollo? What the fuck are you playing? Look at this.
Because Apollo would have destroyed him.
Hey, damn it! You took the punchline. Damn it!
Sorry, it's not coming. No, Apollo would have destroyed it.
That's exactly right. But you know what though? I don't know if he would have, because I wouldn't be able to single target Pulse Wave Joker.
But you would have killed all the Mastermind fodder.
So you just surround it. Everybody hits for 1.
Well, that would kill the henchman, right?
Yeah. So everybody takes 1. Okay, fine. Well, there's a penguin that has Pulse Wave, and Lex and Joker have Pen Blast or Exploit with like a 12 attack. They're gonna kill Apollo in no time.
Yeah, they're gonna kill something.
Right? Whatever. So I was like, okay, so you called me that, and you're playing this. So, and then the other guys looked, they're like, dude, what the hell? Like, Jesus, that's like, it's a legit, like, modern team that he added 100 points to.
Yeah.
So, I was like, I said, that's why you don't open your mouth and say anything, because now you have made it so that you cannot be, you have to be infallible if you are going to call out somebody on something, because once you open your mouth, the spotlight is now on you to not mess up or be a hypocrite of any kind.
Yeah.
So it would have been better for him not to say anything, because then it would have been like, okay, now it's just nothing. Yeah. But because you started to open that can of worms, you open yourself for backlash if anything goes wrong. Like if you it's like kind of like if you say, if you have the higher moral ground over somebody, you make that assertion over people.
Yeah.
You cannot make a mistake ever again.
Yeah, like if you're caught, robbing a bank or cheating on your wife, that just goes out the window.
Exactly, because now you're like, well, now you're this guy that's supposed to be this greater person, like you have a better, higher moral standards, and then now you're going to do that, seeing that you can't do that, right? But whatever. I was like, I told him, I am going to call you out, but I didn't. I said, but whatever, we'll just play, because, Jason's cool. I've known him for a long time, so we have that kind of relationship. It's pretty cool. It's fine. So I just told him, man, that, that's kind of BS that you did that. You even called me a dick for doing that. So, and I felt bad. So that's why I switched the team.
Yeah.
So we play, and I just run up with Red Hood, the Hood. Okay. So he has two henchmen coming up. Wouldn't you believe it? The two henchmen end up hitting Red Hood to my stop click in 2 turns. That's how shitty Red Hood was, right? On one of the ones, he goes, you know what? He goes, RCE. Oh, no, it was CCE.
CCE, yeah.
All to damage. I need a 9. Bam, hits it. Hit with this guy. I need an 8. Bam, hits it. I was like, oh my god. And then he hits one more guy. So I'm like, the 3 henchmen die, but like my Red Hood's on the stop click. What?
Yeah, that's rough.
Like, yes, I got 15 points, but then my Red Hood now is like almost dead. And then he surrounds the Joker, and then I just started coming up with I was like, screw it, I just started running up. And then of course Deimos, like one of them dies.
Yeah.
And then
just start falling like flies.
Right? Yeah, so, dude, I can't. So but then he makes and this weird thing, he makes a critical error by trying to keep attacking one of the guys that has super senses, as opposed to just running next to Joker and protecting him for Mastermind.
Yeah. So
I left them alone, and I just started focusing on Joker and Lex, and I actually ended up killing him.
Oh shit!
Because he didn't follow up anybody to Mastermind. I cleared out the guys behind on the Mastermind.
Yeah.
And I just said, okay, well, he's, instead of moving the little penguin next to Joker, he just started attacking like Phobos. Wouldn't you know it? I rolled 4 super senses in a row.
Oh boy. That would've been nice.
And so I told him, I said, that's karmic justice for opening your mouth.
Dang, yeah.
And then at the end of it, I said, you know what? You know how you could have prevented the whole thing and how this game would have been done? Is if you just, instead of attacking, you just move your penguin every turn next to Lex and Joker. And they'll never die because he's the Mastermind, and you get to dual attack my guys. And then, like, my Phobos and Deimos were dead. It was just Red Hood and one more guy almost, like, down. But then I ended up winning because Lex and Joker went down.
Yeah.
So, but then obviously in the next rounds, he, like, just beat them pretty easily because it's still a strong, it's still a strong-ass team. And also, he forgot to use Steam Team probs against me.
Ooh, that makes a difference.
Yeah, right.
Don't forget your powers.
But whatever, it was fun. I actually told him that, I said, because he did play Pluto at 200. He played Lobo at 200.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has Lex and Joker 200. I said, so are you gonna now try this for bronze? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, dude, you can't be decreased. You can't be outwitted. You have Mastermind.
Yeah.
How do you stop that? And they have dual attack, and they can sidestep twice.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's something good, right?
And what friendly characters of 20 points get Underworld, right?
Underworld. So now the henchman can
Start
carry
carrying.
his ass.
Oh, that's a lot of carry.
Yeah, dude. Especially if the henchman can get to the sidestep. Dude, they like sidestep each other. So like the henchman sidesteps 2 to carry Joker, and Joker sidesteps 4 to carry henchman. So they're moving like 7 squares or 8 squares or whatever.
Yeah, that's really good.
Right? And they have no action tokens. So so even at the end of it, I was like, dude, you should look at this because it's really good. You know, I think it seems good. Like it's one of those because it's an older piece, you're not gonna like really think about it. But you know, I think they start with I want to say there's like an 11-4 to begin with, 11-4-18 or something like that.
For Lex,
and then they go to like a 12 attack. Like what the hell?
What about Lex
and they have
Joker?
they have like outwit perplex. Like ugh.
Yeah, he's got 11-4 up top.
Yeah, and then the next click is like 12, right?
2 clicks in. 3 and 4 is a 12. It's a 9 charge with 12 blades, 3 exploit.
With an 18 reflex, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Good luck. That's really tough. So, and you can't decrease his stuff, which is like that's nuts.
I would say, what resource do you think?
I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah.
I mean, he already has protect. He already has like he's already kind of like.
He's a standard character, right?
He has dual attack. I don't think he is.
But he's got the Starburst symbol.
Yeah, but you can't. Standard needs to have just one fist, I believe.
Oh, poop.
Yeah,
no entity.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, Phoenix Force it is.
But I mean, I think that has some. There might be something there because they're Gotham City Underworld, and they pair nicely with the Penguins.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Just feeding the Penguins out.
Yeah, and you still have the Penguin trick too, where they can still do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and if you give him the loyalty token, he's swinging with a 12 or 13.
Yeah, so you know, like
twice.
Even though he was kind of bringing like a kind of a superpower team to the thing, we were talking how in bronze that might be a team. It could definitely be. I mean, sidestepping twice. That's
helpful.
Holy crap! And if you just have another guy that has sidestep, you're just basically carrying the whole team because he can carry 2 henchmen with him,
and
then the henchman can sidestep him. Man,
yeah, that's good. Right? That's really good.
Am I missing something? You can still carry, right? Even if they have this.
I don't see why not.
No.
Yeah. No, it's just the wing symbol.
Wing or the damage symbol, right?
Yeah, if they're larger.
Yeah. So.
But that's cool. Well, so that's a cool new team we might see in bronze.
I think that's something to look at too. Also, you could also look at them in 75 points.
At the what does it look like at 75 points?
It's 70. They still have the mastermind and thing, but they have perplex and poison now.
So for 3 clicks.
But it's going to be hard to kill them because you have mastermind.
Mastermind.
And you can outwit them. But 75 points and you have poison. It's kind of like the old lamp teams, if you know what that is.
No.
It used to be called Lockjaw, Armor Piercing, Mastermind, Poison. That's what lamp. So you played Lockjaw to carry the whole team up, and you played Double Time to carry them all the way up, right? Armor Piercing gives you that your guy deals penetrating damage. Mastermind means that if you get hit, the Mastermind goes to the other guy, and Poison. So you poison Armor Piercing.
Okay.
So in this case, it would be if you can give him like Red Battery. I mean, it would be redundant.
What's Armor Piercing? Is it like
Armor
feats?
Piercing is I just told you penetrating damage.
Okay.
You deal penetrating damage.
But what is Armor Piercing? Where's it coming from?
It's a feat.
Okay,
that's from like 05 or whatever 04.
Okay, feats. Yeah.
Those were the top teams back in the day, where those are
little cards, right?
Yeah, the little orange ones, and those are the Lockjaw would carry them up, and Lockjaw has a deep dial, so you masterminded Lockjaw, and it's hard to kill. And it would just be a mastermind poison guy. Normally it was Joker because Joker has mastermind poison, and then he would have stealth. And it's hard to outwit in stealth because there wasn't that many see-through stuff because they didn't have improved targeting.
Got it.
So you specifically needed Superman ally.
Got it.
get around
To
that.
see through the.
Yeah, and if you don't have that, which are the very few that were cheap, then it was just like you cannot with the mastermind, you cannot with the poison. It just do. Yep.
You're done. So
Yeah. So, yeah, that was that. So
nice. Well, so who won the event?
he did.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, congratulations to
he
with your
he basically
Lexington Joker team.
I mean, it's tough when you have a penguin coming, basically all the time, like a little penguin just.
Oh no, I've been on the other side of the sky 200 points a couple times. It's not fun. But
exactly.
So we are now in the month of, was it Winter WKOs? I think.
Yep.
Right. So
yeah,
we got some new prizes. Deadpool the Duck. He's okay.
Are you yours is on 22nd, right?
22nd is Chico and 29th is in Fresno.
Yeah. See, ours is we have one on the 8th next week.
Ooh, but that's fast.
The cap set isn't out yet.
I know, yeah. Well,
so I actually think making the event on the 8th, if you make a WizKids Open on the 8th and it's constructed, it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
If you made it the 8th and sealed, you're going to get a lot of people because the cap set just came out.
Yeah.
So, here at San Diego, I kind of think they made a mistake because I think they would get more people if they made it Captain America sealed because it literally would have come out on Wednesday. And then 3 days later, there's a sealed WizKids Open. Of course, everyone's going to go, right? Because I'll just get all my stuff and get pricing. Instead, they got to play constructed in a format that's basically solved. Like it's basically what everybody, because right now everybody's waiting for like the new set to drop to try.
Yeah, well, it's also almost like irrelevant.
Yep.
Because next Wednesday it's a whole new game.
It's a whole new game, exactly. But the main thing is just like you're going to see the same type of teams.
Yeah, you're not going to see anything new.
Nothing really. It'll be very hard, I think, to see something new. That's good. People might try stuff, but new that's good.
I know. I'm already kind of deep into like planning for the new sets. It's hard to go back.
Exactly, because you're already looking. Yeah, for you, because yours is coming. Like there's no point, right? Because you're already your events over there. But the people that are that are going this weekend, they're just gonna be looking at I'll play this monster team. I'll play this cosmic team.
Woohoo!
So,
Sinister Syndicate for the win.
All right. So speaking of the new modern, right? Like,
yeah,
are you gonna try the Vulture team?
I've been playing with a couple of different builds. I'll play test it just because I know we're gonna see it and what to expect. But will I play it in an event? Probably not.
So that means you have to play theme.
Yeah.
See, I hate that. That's why I don't like.
In theory,
that's what I didn't like. That it's an arms race. Like I keep saying, you just have to keep playing more and more guys to up your theme so that you can win, so that you can grab their shit before they can do. You know what I mean?
You can grab their shit before they can.
Yeah, that's the ugh. So speaking of that Vulture, right? Because of that whole thing, the reason why he got pushed out was because a lot of people are going theme, and they're just taking the Ock arms or whatever, right?
Yeah, because he was on the watch list along with some of the other stuff, and they chose to not errata or change anything to his card.
And then for those of you who don't know, Tyler wrote a kind of like an opinion piece on the new Vulture teams going forward, because now he can be put on Shield or Avenger teams with the new Steve Rogers, right? So we already talked about this, but he was saying how that's bad for the game because it'll give a negative play experience because you have to play a certain team, certain style of team in order for you to just not auto lose. And if you do lose the map, then even if you do play a high enough theme, because like teams like that are probably like +7, 8, or 9. And let's say you're playing a +7, 8, or 9 on your team, and they just happen to win the map roll because you guys are pretty even.
Yeah.
He's saying that on those games, you're just going to die because he's just going to come across and he's either going to blood axe you or he's going to just Doc Ock arms you with like 6 damage and whatever, 14 attack.
Yeah, both are very Very gross.
Where do you stand on that opinion?
I think it's going to make it a lot more accessible and easier to play Vulture, because it was more of a risk as before playing the non-theme. If you lose map, because as you were saying, everything's going towards the arm race, the theme, you could easily beat the Vulture team before with the +5 theme.
Yes.
Now you're going to have a +10 theme to even think about trying to beat it.
You just said that +10.
Well, no, I'm trying to.
I know.
Kind of serious, because they're going to have at least a +5, because you're getting +2 from Steve and Vulture, and then whatever else you want to fill it out with your Colossals. Because how many Giant Girls can you fit on an Avengers team?
Yeah, I mean the standard list is like 9.
Yeah, exactly.
The very basic, but the shield route might be better.
I think we decided there's more perplexes.
Also, it might be a little less in the terms of like less figures, but also that Coulson can give precision strike to get around super
senses. Yeah.
But the whole thing that he was saying, that it kind of pigeonholes you into playing a certain team.
Yeah.
And if you can't handle that, or if you don't have a plan for it, then you just lose. Because that right there is as cookie cutter as it comes. Because if you win, then you just know what you're going to do. It's just like playing a Hawkeye team. You know what you're going to do with the Hawkeye. You're just going to go and hit them.
You're just going to go.
Yeah, just going to, that's kind of what it is. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd have to see what the rest of the field looks like, right? Like maybe there are teams out there that can actually handle that can handle it, because I feel, I mean, obviously the map, man, that really sucks, because like it really depends on the map rule. God.
So, yeah, it depends on the map rule, but also if you're rocking, say, like a construct team that's modern, Vulture's not going to do anything to you.
Have you seen these construct teams? I don't think they're that strong, because they don't have the backup of like all the battery stuff. And like the pulse wave, Magneto maybe might be able to hit, but also those teams aren't going to be. Either way, they're still going to go first. The other team, because like that, I don't know what that robot team can get to, but I feel like they can't get more than like 5 or 6, right? Maybe 7.
The robot team I'm playing with is like a 5 right now.
Yeah, right. So that's not, and they're going to be like +9 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they could just like. Flurry everybody for 2. I mean, that's a lot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody for 2, but like if you can run up and like, let's say, get Tri-Sentinel, then you have your second, then you can go down the line a little bit. Yeah. Who else is on that? Is Isaac on there too?
I dropped Isaac.
Who is it now?
It's Bill, 2 Sentinels, Sinister, and Detective Data. With some ideas. So I can parry her up.
I don't think that works, because he has a Giant Reach 2 against the Tri-Sentinels on an outdoor map.
Yeah. So there's not much. It's just a bad matchup for me.
It's tough. If anything, and you know what the thing is too, he ignores characters, so it's not like you can like try to plasticity him.
This is true.
But yeah, I don't know. I think
go against Bill and just spread out, but he still has the charges.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how the metagame looks, because I think, I feel like he can't. Like, let's say you go up against like Hulk.
Yeah,
it's hard to kill him, right? You can't do it.
The Mortal Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
He'll hit him once to stop click, and then
that's it.
He'll hit him again to maybe off the stop click, but I don't think we can.
That's it. That means he doesn't kill anybody,
because he's not KO'd. He's just comes
so
back.
There
you can kill all your Colossals in the back line.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I don't know. I guess, we don't know. I think that's just speculation, but where he's coming from is the fact that you're pigeonholed, because so the closest thing I can think of was you didn't play back in the day where Highfather and Copycat were a thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So during the time of the 2014 2015 season, Copycat and Highfather really warped the metagame, like really, really bad. And that to me, like they were both on the watch list. Copycat did get errated, but it really made it really, really hard. And to me, that's one of the reasons why Copycat is on the ban list, because that was a negative play experience. Yes, you could beat it, but that's not the issue. The issue is she takes your guy, and it messes up everything, and you have to play a specific way to beat her, which means it just like invalidates a whole bunch of things. So Copycat says if you have up to 100 points, she can switch. So if I'm playing Copycat, I'll give you Copycat, and then I get a piece that's up to 100 points.
Yeah, and they become friendly to you.
Yeah. So yeah, and Copycat sucks. She's a 7, 10, 16 too.
Yeah.
Like nothing for 90 points, right? She has shape change, and like you have to kind of like if you fail shape change and you switch, whatever, or if you roll again, whatever. But the thing was, a lot of pieces, the top pieces were from like 100, like 80 to 100 points.
Yeah,
like, there was a lot of good pieces, and one of them at the time was Banshee. Banshee was like the cream of the crop at the time.
The Deadpool one that turns off the defenses.
Turns off the defense and ignores. It's so good. Well, he's 98 points. Oh, it's so good to steal that.
That's not a fair trade.
Yes, exactly. Number 2, Highfather said if you have the highest point piece, Highfather and that guy, it's a pact. They can't attack until they take damage from opposing guys.
Okay.
So if you're playing a tent pole, like a 2-figure team, Highfather basically doesn't do anything. I mean, you can't do anything against Highfather, basically. Because your like 250 point piece can't attack.
That's rough.
So what they would do is they would just make it so that you go close and then you kill like the little guys, and then by then you have to be the only guy on the force left. But they can make it and try to kind of like time you out, where they can kind of like kill all your guys, and then by the time the pact is broken, time is over, and I just killed that guy and you didn't get any points, whatever. Or it really ruins your plan. Remember back then there were no ID cards.
Yes.
There's no ID cards. Now Highfather is irrelevant, because almost irrelevant, because you can just call in. So like they packed your big guy, you just call in a guy and shoot him. Now the pact is broken.
But it's game on.
Yeah. So because of those two things, those two reasons, you had to play teams that were, you have to play a piece where you have to play a team where your attacker your main attacker had to be lower than your higher point piece, but you can't play a piece that's 100
less than 100.
So you're like, well, here we can do this. So my team that I played in 2014 to offset both of those was Iron Pharaoh and Lyra. Lyra, the Green Lantern, was 113 points, so she's the highest point. Highfather has to pick her for the pact. Fine. Lyra rarely attacks. All she's there is to just carry around Iron Pharaoh. Iron Pharaoh was my main attacker, because that's the one that kind of like you move across the map, the little pog, the little special terrain, and you just start, you pulse through everything, right? Well, Iron Pharaoh is 110 points. Well, guess what? Copycat can't take her. Can't take him.
Nope.
So I was kind of like insulated against that team, and there was a lot of that in that tournament. But it sucked because you really wanted to play all these other pieces, but they just you can't play them.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get hosed by something. You know, one of the two is gonna hose you. So that's why it was a very, very hard.
You had to find your niche.
You have to build, or what you would do, and I remember a lot of people were doing this, they would play a bunch of swarm teams that were like 50 to 60 points. So they're like, Copycat, you want to take it? Cool.
Oh, I lost your audio.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you go. You're good.
So it was like, if I lose my 50-point guy, I gain a 90-point guy. That's still going to be better.
So that's a more fair trade,
right? So people would build teams like that, and that really made it hard. You know, or what people would do is they would just play like team bases.
Ugh.
Even though sometimes you don't want to play team base, but you kind of have to because of all the other crap that's out there. So
team bases are good.
So that's why when it comes to that, I can see his side of it, but I'm gonna wait to see what the format looks like when everything comes out.
It's kind of interesting that he thinks it's going to be so good, and on the other side, I know, like, I think I mentioned last week that Scott and PJ were saying how bad it is, and that it's not a good team. So,
yeah, I mean,
it's just different perspective from
they could be right,
the hired players. So,
but I think
it's interesting.
I think what's his name was. I think Tyler is like, that's not the point. The point is, if you're not prepared for it and you don't build against it, you will lose to it.
Yeah.
Right. So you just can't build a team that dies to a flurry.
Yes. Lots of shape change.
Yeah. Right. So there's
Super
things like that,
yeah.
So you really have to build it a certain way. So,
Well, so when you guys are planning for your upcoming WKOs after the Captain America set is legal, be prepared for that Avengers Shield Vulture.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely some people will try it. We'll see how good it is.
Yeah, we'll find out when we start seeing results.
And then so we were talking about this earlier. You saw the Rock announcement, right, with all the awards and stuff?
Where they were saying like best new player of the year.
And they're gonna have like awards of kind of like we had the player of the year. You're even saying other. It's kind of like what we're doing with our thing, But I think theirs is just. It's just going to be one player of the year, rising star, venue of the year, things like that. It's just whereas we have a point system that you can redeem for stuff.
Yeah.
But the other thing that they were doing is the Hall of Fame. So.
Well, I know who the number one inductee is going to be.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Did somebody tell you?
Dude, it's common sense, man.
Well.
This guy right here.
Yeah, right. We'll see. But but the one thing I wanted to talk about was the qualifications and criteria. 5 years is the criteria, remember?
Yeah, 5 years of playing Heroclix.
And I'm like, wait a minute. That's barely 5 years, that's nothing. The Hall of Fame, as in any sport, even like the Walk of Fame in Hollywood, it's an entire body of work over a long period of time.
Yeah.
The absolute minimum is 10 years.
Yeah, and Heroclix is going on almost 20 years coming up, right?
It's going to be
17 or 18 right now.
It came out in 2002, and we're on the 18th year. Yes.
Yeah, so almost 20 years.
I mean, so if we did 10 years, let's say 10 years, and you want to count only from when the WizKids NECA started.
Yes.
That was 2009.
Seems like a solid point to start.
And this is a perfect 10 years in, right? So now you can go from there. But even then, if people know any of the history, there's the 2002, like, I know, and Aaron and I kind of discussed this, that the West Coast we don't get any like recognition just because they think like all the people that run stuff over there, they all kind of like it's weird. I feel like
turkey hunt out here.
I feel like they're all fucking jerking each other off by saying, because they all kind of like they have their own little inside jokes, and they all call out their little teams, and that's cool because they think that's the Click's central, the central power battery, the central Click's universe is over there, right? It's like, well, no, that's just because that's where all the events are run. And because of that, it's amplified because when you see the people post online on all these Facebook posts, they're all from the Midwest.
Yeah, they all know each other.
Yes, they all know each other. They all like kind of like they all rib each other and they all kind of joke with each other and it's like, well, I understand because there's not many events other than our stuff, but I feel that it's not very representative of what it is all the way across because they don't. I would love to see for them to come out and play in some of these events out here and see how they do. You know what I mean? But Why would they come out here when there's a WKOs Open over there? Right? Like back when we had to back in the day, back in 2014, 2013, you actually had to go fly and travel because there was no WKOs Open. So if you want to get competition, you have to play in one of these Rock Regionals, Rock Super Qs.
Yeah.
So people were flying all over the place, challenging. You know, like Easton came out here to play. Wes Summers came out here to play. You know, Allen, like a bunch of people from all over, and they would all come and test out their skills. You know, Canadians would come down and then so that way you got a better representation of who was actually good, because you got to, like George actually flew out here to play.
Yeah.
You know, but gone are those days because there's so many. It's more regionalized now.
Yeah, there's
you can see
bigger. There's smaller, bigger local events. I think is the best way. They're smaller than like the regional and the qualifiers that you're the Super Qs, but they're bigger than like say.
No, but there's more of the thing is there's more of them.
Yeah,
there's more of them because of that. You don't have to, because so back then there were literally 6 regionals that you can go to in a year.
That's not much.
So that's why it was 6 regionals, nationals, and worlds, and the Rock Cup.
There's like 6
so because
WKOs
of that,
in a year I can go to.
The events they were huge. They were like, you know, these big events that everybody would build up because there was only 6 of these regionals, nationals, worlds, and Rock Cup. So that's why when we ran our event out here, we have like 70, 80 people in the main event. That's a lot, and they would come from all over, like Oregon, Vancouver, Colorado, because this was the big thing, and that's what it is. But now because of all that, you don't get to see, and because of that too, you got to actually see who was the best, because all the best players were here.
Yeah, they
literally
travel.
All the best players from the area, not just like a 300-mile radius. We're talking thousands of mile radius that come.
Yeah, that was a good time.
So, I think it's hard to kind of like.
And I almost feel like people would get better in that environment because they're actually competing against better players on a regular and different players.
That's how Kevin, Justin, and I, Chris, we went everywhere. We went to Mexico. We went to Ottawa.
Did the cards in Mexico, were they in Spanish?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because they didn't have them all in Spanish yet.
That wasn't until like WKOs.
Very few, right?
Yeah.
And so, so it was cool because you got to learn what everybody was. You got to see the regional metagames. So you're bringing your perspective there, and then you take something away because you're playing there. Now it's hard to do that because there's not that much coverage anymore. Because I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's all like on the hush hush now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a scavenger hunt.
Hey, I'm good. I'm not a bad detective.
Yeah. So now, because of that, you're just going to see more regionalized things that people aren't going to see just because they don't go. It's not being exposed in other places.
Yeah. Or you happen to know this one guy that play tests with this one guy online, and you saw that, and they tell you about it.
Let me tell you something real quick. When we went to this guy named Caleb, all the way down in Paris knows him. He was like the boogeyman over there in Space Cadets in Texas. He in Oak Ridge North, which is like part of Houston. He was like the guy over there, and he played a New Mutants team. It was New Mutants Lydia Phoenix Force. What? New Mutants team base.
Yeah.
You beat everybody, and nobody even knew. Like everybody was on X-Men Blue. Everyone was on. Some people were looking at Hellfire Club. Some people were on the Justice League team base, like things like that, right? Villains for Hire. But nobody was looking at New Mutants. Oh, actually, I'm wrong. One guy played it. Nick Peterson. He played it first. Mm-hmm. But he played it way different than how this guy Caleb. And we had no way. He played it so different, and I ended up playing him in the finals, and I ended up winning a close game because I ended up KOing the New Mutants.
Oh wow!
Team base. And then so he was explaining to Kevin and I like how the team works, and we're like, Kevin and I are like, dude, that's a sick ass team. We have no idea that like nobody was playing New Mutants, no one.
Yeah.
Except him. And so we said, you know what? Let's change it up. So we made it a theme team by playing Copycat on the team because that came out, and we put Bat Belt on Copycat instead. And then we went to Oregon and we got first and second. And then we went, and then it just kept going, and then people were playing that team and then so that became a thing. But we would never have known if we didn't go fly there, learn, play, and then go to Oregon, show it to them, and then they would go show it to someone else, and the next thing you know, we're at Worlds, and then a bunch of people are playing it. Like a few people are trying that team out.
Nice.
It was really cool, but that's because there was a lot of traveling. Like you said, you'll learn more because you're learning from other people instead of just your own local. Like, oh, we all think this team is good. So
yeah.
It takes like something like that to learn that there are other things, because you're only seeing. That's why, like in our events, in the area around here, it's just a bunch of constructs because that's like the metagame.
Yeah.
But now, if you go to like other places, like remember what's name played a ruler team, Corey.
Yeah.
And then
Paul played some funkiness.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna see. So and that's what it takes, that kind of thing. So, but you're not gonna know unless you go to these. Right.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, whatever. That's the rock stuff. So let's get to the good stuff.
So we had a trial in Bakersfield, California this weekend at Paladin Games. So we have, I'd like to say a new trial winner, but we have a repeat trial winner. Steve, was that back-to-back wins, right?
Back-to-back, Jack.
And he got second place in the other one. So he is dominating the Southern California trial scene. Yeah.
But let's look at his team.
Yeah, he played something
different. He actually, he took me up. I mean, since he won, he was like, okay, now I can try stuff. Because he needed to get the win first just to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if he didn't win, he wouldn't have.
Yeah, you'd probably still see the Sapphire construct.
So he played a red Undying team. So he had a mini shredder, Lockjaw, the construct, or not the construct, the Connelly, the Sabretooth construct, the Mr. Sinister construct, the Stark Tower location bonus, a Venom symbiote, a mini Slayer, and 24 points of a red battery, tied in with 11 points of ID cards. He's rocking a Green Arrow, a Black Widow, and a Student Beast.
So this is your. So we've seen a similar version of this already, right? With the red battery with
Mini,
and Landers played it, right?
Yeah, he played the red battery with Mini and
Undertaker.
Was it
Undertaker? Was it Undertaker?
No, it wasn't Super Scroll.
Right. And Jesse, did he play it with this? His was not this, right? Not Jesse.
Paul played Mini and Undertaker.
But did he play it with?
He didn't have the red battery. He had Phoenix Force.
Okay. So a little bit different here. He's playing the red battery. This is the first time we've seen a red battery like up here. I always thought red battery was like one of the better ones out there. You know?
The penetrating poison is. Yeah,
penetrating poison. It's just, I think it's just, there's a lot of ways to get around because there's a
lot of invincible.
But also like there's just phasing, plasticity, ignore characters so they can just get away from you.
Outwit.
Yeah, it's just hard. But he comboed it with like an Undying subtype.
Yeah, like a pseudo, like Undying, like a pseudo point denial team.
Yeah, so it has the constructs, 2 constructs, and then Lockjaw Mini. So it's like pretty hard to get points from this team, right?
Mm-hmm. He was saying that Mini was getting Green Arrowed all day and just shot to hell.
Yeah, so Mini might have to, what's really funny. I wonder if this is just going to be Magneto at some point. And just be like, yep, here we go.
Why not? But then you can't call in Green Arrow.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
but, so I mean, you don't need to if you're just gonna have Magneto pulse wave them anyway.
Yeah, just pulse wave him and then just penetrating poison.
Yeah, right. You just run up, you running shot next to them and pulse wave, and you're there. And next turn they can't leave. All right, boom.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of cool because he has the plasticity with Mini.
Yes.
The Venom symbiote probably gets on Mr. Sinister, I believe, because he'll have
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
no,
he'll
he has
have
shape changed already.
Well, but Sabretooth. Okay, then I guess it would be on Sabretooth.
And Sabretooth already has super senses. So the Slayer would go
so
on
then
Sinister.
Slayer would be on Mr. Sinister. Because what I was saying was Sabretooth can charge with the Mini Slayer. That's why.
That's what I was thinking too, but
yeah, I mean, it does make more sense.
Depends on who you're playing.
Yeah, I guess it depends. If somebody has an entity, you can charge and you put it on Mini. Or
yeah, because you're gonna have a better chance with the 12 attack.
Yeah, and it's a flurry.
It is a flurry. It's traded.
Yeah, and the only thing is, if he had stop sign, then it would be triple plasticity.
Yeah,
right.
Can't get away.
So
Bulldozer, yeah.
Yeah, Green Arrow, Black Widow, Beast. Yeah, Black Widows. That's I think that's a staple now. Black Widow has to be a staple on these types of teams because you need to turn off Invincible. That's a nice little added thing. But,
yeah, man.
So this, I mean, obviously the construct is still a top thing. It's just now
they're just a different format or different weapon slot or something. So it's a completely new team for second place, and another congratulations to Shane.
Proud of Shane.
So martial artist theme +6 is the Nightwing LE with the Batman Inc. ATA. He is also assigned to the Phoenix Force, the Michelangelo Quarter, the Leonardo Quarter, assigned to the Phoenix Force, 3 10-point hand ninjas from Avengers Defenders War, the Venom Harness, the WWE Ring, and 24 points of Phoenix Force with 4 fragments attached.
Yeah.
And 21 of ID cards. So yeah, that's pretty cool. He's got Superman, Green Arrow, level 7, and Leech. Oh, Cyclops. So 5 ID cards. It's a lot.
Yeah. So he, like I was telling you, he, he's obviously he played a bunch of Turtle Phoenix Force stuff, and it just wasn't quite there. And he's like, okay, I'm going to try with Nightwing because, this is what I told him. I said, the Batman Inc. is really good because he was playing Nighthawk, right? I said, if you want to go theme, you need to find a martial artist that has Batman Inc. so that you can put the Batman Inc. on that guy, and then you put that you put that ATA, you assign that effect to like their tent pole so that they don't get bonuses like Unimind.
Yeah.
And that way you kind of have a pseudo Nighthawk, but your theme.
Yeah.
So he looked and he's like, well, Nightwing is there, and he gets to call in bigger guys.
100 points.
So
solid.
I said, okay, you're a martial artist, and go ahead and find what else you can fit on there. And he comes in here and he's like, I'm gonna get some ninjas, hand ninjas, because they're 10 points.
Dude, they're good.
Like okay, and so we now he's +6. Now he has a good shot of winning a map. But so the main thing with the team, besides the fact that it's kind of like pseudo Undying in the sense that the quarter guys are there, and they have the damage reducers.
Mm-hmm.
But you have added Perplex with Zuko, and he wants to be close, so you want to fight in the ring. The WWE ring gives you prob, so it's kind of pseudo prob.
Yeah.
But the main thing here is he's able to call in guys like Hawkeye, Green Arrow, and Superman, like the range guys, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, if he, and this is what we were practicing a lot to make sure he gets his setup correct. The Hen Ninjas against like a team that there's like a Tri-Sentinel in the back, or there's a bunch of whatever Colossals in the back if you win map. You have to set up the Hen Ninjas to where when you call in Hawkeye's inspiration gives shield team ability to the adjacent guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Hen Ninjas are now going to have shield, so it's going to pump his range to 11, number one. And they can see the Colossals.
Oh, yeah.
So they're -3. So now Hawkeye is hitting with an 11 attack with their -3 on them, and you have a Perplex with Zuko. So it's a 12 on 17 if you're shooting a bunch of Tri-Sentinels in the back.
Ooh, that's good.
And then you go boom, 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 you kill them all, and then you just go, and then whatever, you shoot everything. So like against constructs, you can hit the entire construct team and then pop.
Yeah, just knock him down one. That's solid.
Yeah. And then he leaves. And then you can follow it up by Mikey can now charge next turn, flurry, and then two more things off. And they can't kill him because he has the Mystics. So
Yeah,
Sabretooth actually cannot attack Mikey without dying.
That's rough.
Yeah. And that's when we found out. It was like, oh crap. It was like he charges Sabretooth. I'm like, well, cool, whatever. He hits him. I'm like, wait a minute. I took 2 damage. Wait, I can't flurry back because he takes 2, but I take 2, and he doesn't die.
That's not a fair trade.
Like, okay. I'm like, this is not going to work. So I was like, I got to try to get away from him,
Yeah.
So, so that's one of the tricks. And obviously against Unimind, you drop Green Arrow, and if all 3 ninjas can see, Unimind's minus defense, and Green Arrow just boom pops him.
Yeah. Sorry.
So.
Yeah, no,
that's a pretty cool team. I really like the idea because we got the idea because Tony was playing Nightwing first with Batman Inc. And I was like, man, that is a really cool idea. And then Shane was like, okay, when I told him you get a Batman Inc. He found that he's a martial artist. Batman Inc. is Nightwing. Okay, and I was like, well, now you need he started with an entity first, and he had a power battery, and I was like, it's not enough. You need to have it's too many points. So I was like, I'll just do Phoenix Force. That's always the answer. That's always the answer when you want reduction, right?
This is true. And I also feel like this team's highly a position heavy.
Oh
you have to position properly with this team.
It took 3 days of us testing for him to get down the positioning because it takes a lot of foresight because you have to plan sometimes 2 turns ahead to where you're going to be so that you can move up to sidestep Colin, and then now you have your stuff. So we have to work on that a lot because there was when we were testing, he wouldn't get the third hand ninja together because he wouldn't plan ahead.
Yeah.
And because of that, he missed by 1. There were 2 attacks he missed by 1. And I said, you see, because you didn't move your hand ninja here earlier, or the turn before to set up your shot, you missed by 1. Because he was like, oh, this always happens to miss by 1. I'm like, well, hold on. Could you have done something?
How do we prevent this?
Yeah. Did you do everything in your power to make it so that it's not everything in your power to make it so that you lower the chances of missing.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, yeah, because I only needed 6. I'm like, wrong. You see this hand ninja that's standing over here? Why isn't he next to him over there? You missed by 1. If this hand ninja was already there the last turn, then you would have hit. That happened 2 times. And I was like, you need to. So at the end of it, I was like, hey, this is how you need to position. I was just like, this is what you got to do. You set up like this so that, I said you're gonna kind of telegraph it because it's weird because they're set up where there's a little pocket.
Oh.
Where Hawkeye's gonna go. So you're like, if anybody sees that coming, that. Well, fuck, what's that for? Oh, he's gonna call on Hawkeye. And he's just gonna machine gun everybody.
With an
11 range, there? Right? 11 range. He doesn't even need a running shot anymore.
He just doesn't sit there and shoot you from the back line.
Oh, bang, 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 bang. And that's what he was doing. And, so, little things like that. That's what was... Oh,
that's good. I like it.
So,
yeah, and he's one of the newer players, or not newer players, but he's been making more of a name for himself. Making, the higher cuts. He's making it a point to go to as many as he can. Yeah, no, he's been showing up a lot. Yeah, he went to the first one, or the one that we had here at the store. He went to Comic Con and he went to Bakersfield. Nice. And so he's been all 3 down there. Yeah, and we're gonna try to go to the Roseville one. He already said he got it off. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. That will be fun. So we'll get to the Roseville later, but it is on the 29th. Just to let everyone know. So, but yeah, no, that'll be fun. I'm excited for it. Some new cool teams. I'm excited to see the new stats, and then while we're doing that, we can go over. Yeah, look at the new numbers. And it'll definitely change after
today's.
Yeah, so these new numbers don't include. I was going to share this screen. Yeah, this doesn't include this past weekend's numbers, but so far, prior to this past event, the 10 most played figures. We'll work our way from the bottom. Tied for 8th is Astronomer, Nighthawk Prime, Mojo.
Yep.
Coming in at our tied for 3rd is the Wendigo Rare, the Tri-Sentinel, Isaac, the Mr. Sinister Construct, the Sabertooth Construct. With a strong 2nd place is the Magneto Construct, and the strongest of leads, Groot, being
still leading
almost
the way.
like near half the teams.
Yeah, I mean, Groot, 20 points for leadership, retail, and you get 2 pogs. Get out of here.
Yeah, no, you can't beat it. It's too good.
Yeah, Astronomer making it up there. I mean,
yeah, no, he's definitely been. He popped up a lot more this past couple.
Pretty good, man. I mean, if you look at him in a power plant team, he could be really good just because you can load up his attack now, like his attack stuff.
Yeah, +1. Oh man, that's right.
Yeah. His range will go longer. He can do more damage. He can split because he can have multiple bolts, whatever.
Yeah, no, that's good.
So that's cool.
All right, so we'll go to the 10 most played additional game elements.
Okay.
So tied for 9th place.
Okay.
Cyclops. The Cyclops student ID.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. The 50-point SR has been the more common one.
That's the one, right?
Superman ID. Gamma Bomb. Both tied for 8th. Ophidian, Green Power Battery are also tied for 8th.
That wrong.
Yeah. Bat Signal, 7th, and we're going to skip all the way ahead to 2nd place for the Brotherhood of Mutants ATA, the Beast Student, the Shield Level 7, Green Arrow ID, and the Phoenix Force Resource. But
Phoenix Force is still number 1, huh? Or no, I mean, Phoenix Force is still... Oh, it's still the top resource, sorry.
Yeah, still top resource. Number 1 most played additional game element is the Storm Bounty ID. Everyone's calling in that Asgardian Storm. Yeah. As you can tell from our most played sideline game elements. Green Arrow, Storm, Beast were all top of the list, but we'll start at our bottom with our Hawkeye, Chase, and our Wolverine. So this Wolverine's different. This is the one from the Fast Forces. He's got Charge Flurry, and adjacent friendly characters get combat reflexes against giants and colossals. So that's pretty cool. Combat reflexes, but
yeah, that's really good. Charge Flurry for 50 points, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think what giants colossal retaliations though that are coming over and punching. Well, I guess giant girls, but we haven't really seen too many of those.
What do you like? Groot punches, Surtur punches. Oh, but they can't use it. Groot punches, Surtur punches. Carnage, Mangog. They all punch. The only one that does range right now is Tri-Sentinel, I believe.
I just haven't seen a lot of the other ones. It's mostly been Tri-Sentinels.
Yeah.
So,
no. Groot. Groot is the number 1 plate. Groot. So that's huge, actually.
Yeah, because he's got the 11.
You can't get the Pog.
That's true.
Because it's going to be hard to hit.
Yeah.
That's 11 on 19 or 11 on 20. Ugh.
No bueno. So tied for 7th is our Trinity War Batman and the Hulk from TMNT Thor. 6th place, Storm Prime, dropping down a little bit. 4th place, we have Nick Fury Super Rare and the Boxing Superman. And then back, as I said, number 1 is the Green Arrow Chase, Storm LE, that's the Asgardian Storm, and the Common Beast from Regenesis.
Jeez. That's Green Arrow, yeah. Green Arrow, I feel it's going to be number 1 until further notice.
Yeah, if you have the points, you're calling them in.
Yeah.
So our maps, which will gonna drastically change coming up on March 7th. Number 1, Underground Caverns. Number 2, Stark Tower. This is both with bonus and without. Number 3 is the WizKids Office. Amok Time coming in 4th. Wakanda from Earth X. WWE Backstage Area, the Flashpoint Flood, and the Savage Land.
You know, that really shows that Amok Time on Underground Caverns is like it's showing why it's an expensive map, because both maps, both are on there, so and everybody plays them.
And yeah, not a lot of people bought that set.
Yeah, exactly.
Not until after the fact. I'm like, hey, this map's cool.
Yeah, the map.
We order a case and 3 OP kits.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I as soon as I opened that map, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is cool.
I know, right?
But yeah, so that's our updated stuff for this. Have you updated the rankings too, right?
No, I just sent it to him.
Okay, so Adam will get us those rankings.
So, yeah, I should have it by next week.
Yeah.
And then this weekend is we're back up Arizona trial.
Yep. Ooh, yeah.
Lair, baby. Orcs Lair.
Are you gonna go out?
Yeah, Dave and I are going.
Okay,
Shane was gonna go, but he couldn't get it off. But yeah, we're gonna go.
Nice.
So John Jones is fighting this weekend, and I really want to watch that fight.
Yeah.
And but it's gonna be the same time as that, and I just hope that we finish early enough that we could go watch the fight. I also have early. The thing is too is I have to close the store on opening weekend of the cap set.
So I told you the predicament I am about that too, right? About how the new store is having the deal, and I want to kind of go out and support them to try and make the relationship. So I think I'm going to be closed this Saturday too.
Yeah. It just sucks because I know people. I always get people come in on Saturday, especially now that the set is out. They're going to be here on Saturday,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to make a post or something that I'm gonna be closing Saturday. There's still a chance that I don't, but I mean I want to go because I want to play. I want to have fun, but I don't know if I don't know. We'll see. I told Dave if he can for sure get the 29th off, we're going. If not, then I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the deal because I'm gonna miss. I might miss the John Jones fight, and I have to miss the whole day of store. And I'm gonna be spending money going instead of making money here.
Exactly.
So,
but I'm gonna bring most of the people that were gonna come with me anyway. So, but it'll be good to go make new friends.
Yeah, hopefully they can come to the event too.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe the trial on the day before too is the last chance.
Yeah, I'll have my flyer ready for them.
Nice.
But yeah, so Orc Lair, 2 p.m., Youngtown, Arizona. If you guys want to fly in, it'd be a good opportunity to come test your skills out. Just throwing it out there. And then following that, next weekend will be another trial at Majestix.
Yeah, that's going to be the first legal event with a cap.
That should be good. So who's going to be playing Immortal Hulk and Bronze Age?
I don't.
I feel like the Green Arrow.
The number one most played sideline piece. Well, it's really scary, man. Because I feel like he'll get popped and come back. He's 5 clicks, right?
Yes.
So he gets popped, come back. If you have a guy with flurry, you could pop him a second time.
And depends how big that flurry is.
Then you can pop him twice.
Depending on the size
not that hard hitting that 15 defense, right?
Dude, no. Yeah, you're just going right through it.
Oh, you know what? I'm perplexing damage twice. What do I need? A 4? Let's go.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the 15 up front's rough, but yeah, we'll see what happens in modern. There'll be some other good stuff.
I thought about this. Like if someone tries that, and someone actually, oh my god, I just realized this. In Bronze Age, the Vulture team has access to Green Arrow ID. Star Fox, call it in, shoot, Vulture goes and kills him.
Can't touch this. No.
And then he goes again.
And then he just kills the rest of your back line.
Oh, God.
All the Colossals.
You know what? There's got to be a way that Hulk just doesn't die. Give him Mastermind or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think it'll be cool, though. You never know. Like, maybe someone can't call in Green Arrow, and then now you win.
Yeah, or if you give him the Indigo battery.
Makes it harder.
Makes it harder to shoot him for the Green Arrow. Like, you have to get personal.
For sure. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what it looks like, but I don't know.
Yeah, it should be cool. A lot of cool new stuff coming up.
We already talked about that. The team idea thing was the Lex Joker.
Yeah.
So it's a Lex Joker at 200. and then you could play either the penguin combo with some henchmen, or if you want to play him at 75. Although I believe the 200 point is the way to go, because if you do it's kind of expensive. It's 265 for Joker. It's Joker and the two penguins. That's 260. 265, I believe. 260? Yeah. 265. So you have to play 35 points of other stuff. You could probably fill it out with like Kite Man to do the penguin trick, and then you could play like Henchman and maybe like Bat Belt or something, and a couple ID cards. Or you can eschew the penguins and play just a full-on Underworld where you're playing like a bunch of like a leadership guy or two that can make henchmen.
Yeah, that would be good.
So that
just mastermind fodder all day.
Yeah, and then have Joker just run up there and dual attack with stuff. I don't know how strong it is, but I mean, like Infinite Mastermind. Oh God.
Yeah, you don't know until you test it out.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Well, sometimes you do, but.
Yeah. But yeah, for the if you absolutely know, well, Green Battery and Empress, like okay, then we don't need to talk.
Yeah, but this, there's potential there, and
yeah, it depends on how you build it, because he has they have a lot of keywords.
Yeah.
So you can change it up. If they're celebrity, I believe you can play. Are they celebrity?
Giant Girl.
Can you bring them up real quick?
Yeah. That's not how to spell and. That's the wrong type of and.
Okay.
Of course, it's Luther, right?
Oh, scientist. Uh-oh.
There's a lot of low point scientists.
That might be better.
They don't have celebrity. I was gonna say giant girls all day.
Right. Scientists. Look, you know what's crazy? You can play. Well, you know what?
In Justice League and Legion of Doom are most of those figures are a lot of high points.
Yeah, I was just looking at whether or not the Isaac. No, he's not the robot. He's a robot. Oh man, I guess there's a bunch of other ones. Okay, well, never mind. Because they're 200 points. You have to play like a bunch of low point guys. But some. Oh,
yeah, a bunch of.
They can have double. They can have double outwit too, through their ability.
Oh, you can do a bunch of foot soldiers or foot tech soldiers.
Yes,
they're a bunch of pretty low point.
Ameridroids. Yeah, I don't know what they can do with this, but I think they're pretty solid. I think.
Yeah. Oh, Giant Man. There you go. The Colossal. They came with Fim Tank.
He's only 15 points, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's one for sure.
Oh, there's a bunch of the new ones. Mandarin.
Yeah, 200 points. It's hard to.
It's a lot
to fit. So you might. I don't know. Maybe someone can try to break it.
Yeah.
Because the fact that they can't be outwitted and their values can't be decreased. That's.
Yeah.
That's worth looking. And double sidestep. What?
So So combat values can't be decreased. So even if you pause it, if you perplex it, they can't negatively perplex it, right? Like no negative modifiers affect you, or it can't be? Huh?
Yeah. It just says you can't be decreased. So like if your number is 18, like let's say, okay, so he's a 19, you can't make him an 18. Like if you're shooting at 19 with the deflection, he can't go to 18.
So even if you
if you're shooting him, he's going to be an 19.
That's good.
Duo attack without. Oh man, it's 4 damage.
Taking some damage.
Yeah, and if you have one enhancement or something that pumps his.
Alex Wilder is a scientist.
There you go. Oh, there you go. That's another one.
He's low points and a good support piece.
Yep.
Moira McTaggart. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, so there's a lot of low point figures. Yeah. Hey, Red Leader.
50 points. Oh, so it might be a little high, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
+3 perplex, Ameridroid, yeah. Ironheart, 25.
Oh, nice.
Killbrew, he's pretty low points, right?
He's like 35.
35, okay. Thought he did something special. What does he do?
He just does extra damage.
Okay.
He makes it, they deal extra. But
so if the attack value is higher than its printed value, increase the damage up by 1. That could be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's doing.
So you're
5
swinging
now.
for a 5 now. That's
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of potential with the scientist keyword.
Yeah.
And
So,
this is only
we'll see.
just modern. So
Gotham
you guys
City
can go,
Underworld too.
yeah, you guys can go explore it yourself.
See if anybody has some ideas. That'd be cool to see it.
Yeah, and look forward to seeing it on the table.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I mean, we've been here long enough.
Yeah.
So I guess this weekend,
Trial.
good luck at the sealed, and then
Yeah.
we'll go to the trial.
Yeah, just again, congratulations to our winners already. Good luck to everyone coming up.
Hopefully.
It's quite a few
see.
friends you have there.
There's a lot of friends. We'll see if they.
If you got friends,
that'll be fun. I don't know. I'm gonna try it out. We'll see.
yeah, let me know how it goes.
We'll see.
We can play
suitcase.
Jeez.
Yeah,
See, that's why I don't like playing teams. When I played the
but-
whale team, I had a huge box I had to carry with me to
Yeah.
every single table.
Ugh.
I'm like, hold on, let me set up my team.
I know. All right. Well, okay. I guess until next time, guys. When in doubt, perplex the attack.
Don't forget to practice on your dice, guys. Take it easy.
All right, man.